let's get real.
Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Real Talk with Menashe. I am your host, Menashe Chinyanganya. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. So far, so good. I really can't complain. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into what's been going on since we last spoke. So, Love is Blind. That has been what I have been saying on TikTok for the past week or so, maybe even longer. And if you don't know what Love is Blind is, it's a show where pretty much people go into these cubicles. They don't see the people they're talking to. They have all these conversations and then they choose each other based on the conversation. I'm going to explain it the way they explain it, and then I'm going to tell you what I really think it is. So they go into these cubicles, they have a whole bunch of conversations with a whole bunch of different type of people, and then they bond over things beyond looks, right? And then literally the man will propose to one of the women in the cubicles, and then they meet each other after he's proposed. And then from there they go on to see is love truly blind? And then you see them go to the altar and see if they actually do say I do and all that. Okay. This is what love is blind truly is, okay? In my opinion. Okay. They will go in these cubicles and they will have basic conversations. Oh my gosh, you love chocolate? I love chocolate too. Lovers. That's really what it's giving. It's really giving basic conversation, and then someone proposes and then they meet in person and they try to figure this thing out. Now, this season has been a mess. I don't know how many seasons are out. I watched the first season, and the reason the first season worked so well is because it had never happened before. These contestants really went in blind. But since then, with every reality show, once they see success with the reality show, anyone that's coming on to the show knows the success that could come out of it, the fame that could come out of it. So I just feel like it's never really going to be a proper experiment ever again. And that being said, this season has been such a hot mess. Now, I had no plans of watching this season. I stopped watching a long time ago, but I kept seeing all these TikToks and stuff, and I just think it's so crazy this season that I was like, wait, let me tune in to see what's going on. I personally did not have the patience to watch from the very beginning and them have these basic conversations. So I started watching when the men started proposing and they had to pick their women, because a lot of times they're in between two women, or the girls are in between two or three guys, whatever. And so I started watching from that point on. And I don't really want to get into it about the specific couples because I really don't care. I'm bringing this all up to say that love is not blind, okay? Love is not blind. I don't know why we keep doing this experiment, okay? Even Stevie Wonder is confused on why y'all keep trying to do this. Love is not blind, and I just need us to face the facts, okay? They're coming out of this thing, they're looking at each other. And here's the thing too, because they know that it's being televised, because they know that everyone is going to be judging how they perceive each other and everything, when they do the unveiling and they look at each other, they're always forced to have this shock look, oh my gosh, you're attractive. But it's I can't fake it. That's the thing. I could never be on the show. I could never be on reality show, period, because I cannot fake it. And I would literally start laughing if the veil or whatever, we both walk out and I'm not attracted to him. What? I will start laughing because love is not blind, and what are we going to do, And so that's just a reason I would never put myself in this circumstance. But even reverse it, let's pretend I think he's so attractive and he thinks I'm so ugly, I would it would just be so uncomfortable. But this season has been such a hot mess. These people know, a lot of them I think went on just solely for fame and not to even do this experiment. And someone said it best that pretty much there's this couple, Lauren and Cameron, and they were the success story. I think there's another couple, but they're the real success story out of that first season of Love is Blind. And because it was so successful and they found each other, I think that's what prompted the show's success and for it to keep going. But somebody said, or I read a quote or something, that the reason Love is Blind was created was so that Cameron and Lauren could find each other. And that was it. And you can cancel the show now. And that's exactly how I see it, because they did, out of the freaking trenches, the blindness of it all, find each other, and they seem happy and in love and have been married for years at this point. But no one else, I don't want to say no one, because I'm sure there's another couple out there that made it, because I think there's another couple in their season that also was successful, but no one really cares or talks about them. Cameron and Lauren are really the couple that like stood the test of time. But no one since then has been successful. And so it's just dumb. It makes for great television though. So I think that's why it'll continue to stick around, because sometimes you watch it and it's just like dumber than dumb. This guy tried to like go see one of the other girls, because once you're in the real world, you get to see the people that you could have matched with, you get to meet them or whatever. And he's out here trying to like meet up with the girl secretly, even though he's engaged to another girl. And like, it's just a hot mess. And so my whole conclusion on all of this is that Love is Not Blind. Will I continue to watch? Absolutely. The season is such a mess. I want to see how it turns out. I don't think anyone's even going to get married in this season because, again, Love is not blind. Experiment over. Like, it's not blind. And maybe we need to try a different approach. Matter of fact, some of you guys actually need to go to the eye doctor and get the largest prescription you can, because even with your eyesight, you're still choosing the wrong people. So not only is Love not blind, some of y'all can't even get it right when you can see. So I don't even know why we are attempting to find it blind in the darkness when you can't even find it with eyesight. I don't know. Anyway, great television. If you need something to watch and you really have nothing better to do, watch that show, at least for a laugh. If nothing else, for a good laugh. So yeah, honestly, that's what's been going on in the world of reality television, or just television in general. Besides that, same old. But in this episode, now to my main topic, I was reminiscing like this week on things that happened in my childhood, like random things that happened that I thought I would share, because I just think they're so funny and kind of give you a little bit of insight into like the person that I am and kind of how I am, or why I am the way that I am. To preface this, I am a dramatic person, okay? I've always been a dramatic person. That's just like who I am. And so some of these stories, like, you'll get to see like, oh, like this, she was experiencing this because she's dramatic. Starting off strong, my junior year of high school, I don't even know if my mom remembers this, but I had eaten a lot of food, I think. Wasn't Thanksgiving, don't really know why, but I had eaten a lot of food to the point that I felt like physically sick. Like, I just did not feel well. I remember I was laying in my bed and I just was not feeling good. And I told my mom I wasn't feeling good and all of that. And she was like, okay, go lay down, whatever. And she comes in and she checks on me and she's like, how are you doing? And I remember looking at her and being like, I'm not doing well. I just want to let you know that I love you with all my heart in case this is it for me. Like, I kid you not. Like, I thought I was going to die. Like, I literally thought I was going to die. And so I just told my mom, like, hey, like, I love you. Like, just know that, like, you're the best mom ever. And thank you for everything. Because the way I felt in that moment, I seriously, it just felt like death. I don't know what death feels like, but at the time, that was the closest thing I had experienced to it. So I was like, okay, this is it. And I did what any, normal person would do. I ended up taking a nap, woke up, took a massive poop, moved on with my life. But for a couple hours there, I really thought like that was the end. Moving along to my freshman year of high school, I remember I was getting ready. It was the day of the homecoming dance, okay? And I was getting ready, and I don't really remember like everything that was going on behind the scenes. All I know is it was homecoming dance day. I was feeling a little bit of stress because my mom was in Nigeria, or she was in Africa. I don't know if she was in Nigeria or South Africa. I don't remember where she was, but she was gone, okay? She was not even in this continent. And my grandma was in town, though. My grandma was in town, and I don't know. There's just a lot happening. I was getting ready for this was my first homecoming dance. Like, I was excited and nervous and whatever. And my friends texted me. And again, like, I think if I had more context, like, it would make more sense. But there was this boy. If I was a freshman, he had to have been a junior or maybe a senior at the time. I don't even remember. But his name was Ruben. Yeah, Ruben, I'm talking about you. His name was Ruben. And my friend calls me and she's like, hey, I just want to let you know that Ruben called you a bitch. You guys, I was not okay. I was not okay. No one had ever called me that before, and I didn't know how to handle that, and it upset me to my core. Now, I don't remember why he called me that. What I can remember is that whatever I didn't warrant that. Like, that I can tell you. Like, because sometimes I can look back and be like, yeah, Manasha, you were doing a lot, or like whatever. But no. Whatever I did, like, it didn't warrant that. Or maybe he had like the situation confused or whatever. But he called me a bitch, and it literally brought me to tears. I started sobbing. I was so upset. I was like, how dare you? How dare you, Ruben? Call me a bitch. You don't even know me. Like, I was so upset. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And my friend tells me, and it's just like, we were just all so like innocent, guys. I don't really know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. It was just a weird time. I'm sure the ninth graders of today would have handled it a lot better than me. But like, ninth grade me was like not okay with that. Like, how dare you? And I just know, all I know is they got Ruben on the line. Ruben calls me. I pick up my cell phone. It's Ruben. And he's like, hi, I just want to apologize for calling you that or whatever. And I was like, yeah, you better. Like, how dare you? That's so rude. Like, no one's ever called me that before. Like, whatever. Yeah. So he called me, he apologized, and he said that he shouldn't have. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then you know what? I wiped my tears. I got ready and had the best night of my life at my like freshman homecoming. Like, oh, you don't understand. Like, at the time, being called that was like a foreign language to me. Okay. Like, I didn't like say curse words. People weren't saying curse words around me. So when you don't hear that ever, and then someone says that at you, it's like a jolt to the system. Like, like now I feel like everyone would roll their eyes. But back then, honey, that was frontline news. To have my friend on the line being like, this is what Ruben's talking about. Not this older boy. No, but hold on. Not this older boy calling me a bitch. Like, sir. Ew. Like, when I think about it now, it's still not computing. Like, how dare you? You know what? The more I think about it, the more I get it, because I would have been bitter too if a freshman girl was towering over me and I was a junior boy. You know what? I forgive you. I forgive you now. I didn't think about it from your point of view. Yeah. Anyway, that was a lot for me at the time. My first grade teacher, so it was the last day of school. I'm in first grade. We're all lining up because we're going to the award ceremony that they always had at the end of the year so that we could get our certificates, you know, and go home. Boom, summer, okay? And we're all getting in line, and we're getting in line in alphabetical order. My last name is Chinyanganya, for those of you that do not know. And so it's a bit of a tongue twister. I'll give you that, okay? But why am I getting in line and she's alphabetically saying all of our first and last names so that she doesn't embarrass herself on stage. And then she gets to me and she goes, hi, I have to preface this by saying that for 18 years of my life, I went by Manashi. I can't even get into that right now. It was my own doing. I'm still trying to figure out why I did that. But I did go by Manashi. There's still people like that call me Manashi to this day, because for 18 years I went by Manashi. I haven't gone by Manashi in a very long time. My name was never Manashi. It's always been Menashe, and I don't know why I ever changed it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I did. So anyway, that only matters because I'm in the line and she goes, Manashi, wait, I'm sorry, how do I say your last name? I'm in the first grade and I'm looking at this girl like, excuse me? Like, I've been in your class all year. What do you mean you don't know my last name? Like, I just remember looking at her like, it's the last day of school. Like, I understand I have a difficult name, but you didn't take the time to learn it at all? Like, I just remember that being so crazy. I was in the first grade. Second grade, we were all sitting at our desk, and for whatever reason, we were talking about eye color. And my teacher looks me dead in my eyes, and she goes, you have black eyes. I was like, ma'am, no, the color of my eyes is actually like dark brown. Now, I don't even know why I knew that, but at some point someone had told me, like, you can't have black eyes, like you have dark brown eyes. And I was never one in school to like defy authority or like be an instigator or anything. Like I always listened to my teachers, like, yes ma'am, like whatever. Like I was being as respectful as I could. So like even to say like, no, like they're dark brown, and she's like, no, they're black, like she's arguing with me. Like it was a weird moment. It was a weird moment. And I think that was the age I was at when I realized that teachers can be wrong. Because, girl, what are you talking about? My eyes are not black. Like, they're dark brown. And she was like, no, they're black. So I said, okay. And I think I questioned it later on. And I was like, are my eyes black? I think I asked. I don't know who my parents or who. And they're like, no, like your eyes are dark brown. So that was just a weird moment in time. Because I was like, aren't you the teacher? I don't know. Anyway, now we've entered the 4th grade. So I've been jumping around all ages in this thing, but whatever. 4th grade. Okay. This one's funny. Okay. So I don't remember why, but for whatever reason, I had gotten the nickname Judge Pookie. And I know if you're on TikTok, you hear there's like this couple or whatever. They're like, hey, the guy calls his wife Pookie Bear or something. I don't know. I was the first Pookie. Okay. So I don't know how I got the nickname. It was like a funny name. Like we're in 4th grade and they're calling me like Judge Pookie, you know, like I don't know, but I had the name. Now, Judge, you might be confused. Let me explain it to you. The reason they called me Judge Pookie was because the people, and when I say the people, I mean my peers that were also 4th graders, sometimes even other grades, by the way, but specifically 4th graders, would come to me with their problems on the playground and I would help them. And it's just funny now because why on earth was I given so much power? Like, why did they listen to? And when I say like what I said goes, I mean that. Like they would listen to me and that would be law. And they came up, I didn't like give myself the title Judge Pookie, like none of that. Like they gave it to me. I took it on with pride, and here we are. And you know how they say like with great power comes great responsibility. I think that's what it was, because I didn't even realize the power I had at the time. Like it's so crazy. We would be on the playground and let's just pretend that like Josh and Larry are having problems, right? I would like sit under the benches and I'd be like, Josh, Larry. They'd come to me and I'd be like, state your case. I'm in the 4th grade too. Like imagine 4th grade Menashe, like this is real. Or 4th grade Menashe, okay? So I'm under thing. They would state their case. I would listen, and then I'd be like, okay, like, this is what you need to do, Larry. This is what you need to do, Josh. Do we understand? They'd be like, yes, Judge Pookie. Yes, Judge Pookie. And then they would go on, and I'd be like, be gone, like, go. And then they would go, and they would, like, go on the playground and live their best lives. I was mending friendships, okay? I was solving problems. Actually, I was doing the teacher's work, okay? And I was happy to do it. And it was a time in my life that I look back on and I took it so serious. Like it wasn't something that I was like I wasn't aware that I could have just screwed with everybody. I really wanted to help people. I was really there like for the people. And it's just so funny because the student body decided that I was the one to like lead the people. And you know what? Shout out to my 4th grade class. Like I'll never forget that. Like, I hope you guys are all doing well. Last but certainly not least, this one's something. So I got a phone in the 6th grade. It was a huge deal. My little flip phone, all of that. And at the time, it was really cool to have a really like unique voicemail. And the voicemail that people were doing, the very popular one at the time, was the one where you pretended that you were like on the phone, but like it was your voicemail. So it's like the voicemail starts and you're like, hello. And then the person starts talking because they don't realize it's voicemail. You're like, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Just kidding. This is Menashe. I'm not at the phone right now. And like you do your whole little bit. That was the one that everyone was doing. I didn't fall for a lot of them, but there was like 1 or 2 that I fell for at one point. I was like, okay, you guys got me good. But I was different. Okay. One thing about me is I had to stand out. Like I just couldn't have like a voicemail like everybody else. So I remember I was sitting at the top of my stairs at my house and I was just like trying to figure out like what voicemail do I do? Like what would really stand out from the regular. And I decided that I was going to sing my voicemail, and I came up with a little like the words and the melody and all of that. And I decided that it was going to be like opera, like big deal, whole thing. I'm going to sing it for you right now because I want you to be able to experience what everyone got to experience for a good like 2 years. I think I had that voicemail for quite a bit. I'm going to sing it for you though the way that like 6th grade Menashe would have sang it for you. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Hallelujah. 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 Menashe cannot get to the phone. Hallelujah. 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 Leave your layman number after the tone. Beep. I'm not kidding. That was my voicemail. I remember doing like 1 or 2, I don't know, like maybe 3 or 4 different like recordings of it. And I was like, this is the one. And I sang it as breathy as I just did. Like that was really a great example of like what it sounded like. And that was my voicemail. When I tell you this voicemail made waves through the community, I am not kidding. I would have people text me, or I would have people call me, and then I'd pick up and they'd be like, hey, I don't really need to talk to you. I just want to like, I want to hear your voicemail. I want to like have other people hear it. So like I would hang up and then I would just let it ring out so that people could hear my voicemail. Like my voicemail was like the voicemail of voicemails, and I was very proud of it. And I had it for a very long time. Like everybody heard it. And then, you know, eventually like I grew up and I was like, okay, I'm just going to like have like a simple voicemail. But for a time there, like that voicemail really made waves. And you know what? I do it again. I would do it again. I'm very proud of that voicemail. Nobody was doing it like me. And yeah, I'm proud. So these are just a few stories of of things that happened during my like childhood that were just very like interesting. And the more I think about it, the more stories I'll come up with. So if you enjoyed this episode, just let me know and I can make a whole list of other random things. I can call out more people. Like I have like no shame. So if you enjoyed this episode, just let me know and I will come up with more stories, because trust me, that is just a small percentage of the random things that I have experienced in this life. So that is it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed just the random stories of my childhood. And I am wishing you the best week ever. I will keep you posted on if anyone finds love in this season. But until then, I hope you guys have an amazing week and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, this is Menashe post episode coming to you to just let you know that I, for whatever reason, kept saying my childhood, when in reality, a lot of these stories are from high school. So what I meant was just stories throughout my life, but they're all from like elementary to high school. But it's not like high school's not your childhood. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because I realized it before and I don't want to hear it. Okay, bye.